And when somebody asks me where I got the teeth, I'm just going to tell it that I got it by wrestling and murdering several children.
We are back. I mean, we've been back, but it's the first time we're recording.
Do you mean like we've been in the office all day while you played VR?
No.
Is that what you meant?
That's what he means. He means we're back in reality.
I did get a Quest VR system for Christmas, and I am very much not attached to reality right now. But what I meant was we've already done 2 episodes released into the new year. But us sitting down recording, this is the first time we're just getting back from Christmas holidays, and it was a good time. How were your holidays? Okay.
Yeah,
No, we don't know. That's why he asked you.
Yeah,
they were they were pretty good.
All right, cool. Brian, how were your holidays?
Fantastic. Do you want to hear all about them? I actually went to
No. We don't have time for that.
Okay.
Mine were fantastic, and actually, I've lots to talk about. I spent lots of time with family. It was really great. No, holidays were great. And look, I feel like this year I got some stuff that I was really happy about in terms of gifts. We're a gift giving family in my family, so the gifts are a big part of Christmas every year. But there was one thing that I didn't.
Wow, you're such an outlier family.
Well, hey, actually,
I think you are. Yeah,
there's
not an outlier. But it's not obvious.
Dude, there's
to
an
say
entire industry based on your family.
Yes, but what I'm saying is not everyone gets presents for Christmas. Okay?
Am I right?
And so my whole point in saying this is that at the time of recording this, my birthday is tomorrow. And there was something that I didn't get for Christmas that I'm hoping that I get for my birthday, which is tomorrow, January 5th.
Will you throw a fit if you don't?
I will throw a fit. And this is what I want. So I'm hoping one of you guys will get it for me right here. This is an airbag for elderly people.
Oh my God. Hey, actually, you know what? What's really funny about this product, which is really funny.
How sick is that?
I've known about this type of product for a long time now.
First, to our listeners who are only listening, who are missing out on 95% of the action over on YouTube for our Feel Good Friday episodes, what did we just watch?
We just watched a person walking forward and then intentionally fall backwards, wearing nothing but what looks like a regular like North Face
office attire
type of vest.
Sure.
And as they're falling to the ground, an airbag explodes out of the airbag.
It's not one. It's like several airbags.
Like fully engulfs his torso.
He's got a torso airbag, a butt airbag, hip airbag.
I believe the word
shoulders
is
and head airbag.
Yeah.
The word we're looking for is deployed. The airbag
right.
Deployed.
Yeah,
around
that's the term that the regulators tell you to use.
When
I saw this on
I was going to say, when we first watched that, I was really surprised. Like I just saw it and I was like, oh, that's funny. But now I'm really curious about how that works because he didn't even really fully hit the ground and the bag popped.
Well, how does
that's what airbags
how do
are designed to
airbags
do.
work, Brian?
In cars.
But they work in cars because the car impacts something. And when the car impacts something, then the bag, like the front end of the car is impacted and the bag explodes simultaneously.
That's exactly how it just happened on that human.
Dude, it's just
but your
sensors,
body is
man.
It's what your body is hitting for. Yeah, but the sensors have to be attached to your body.
Dude,
So that means that your body has to take
Tesla has autopilot.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
off to a great start for 2022. But yes, the man was wearing airbags, and I do want this because I think it's a great product because, how many times do you hear about old people, elderly folks falling, breaking bones, breaking hips? Huge problem around the world.
Yeah.
But also, how fun would it be to just be wearing that set and toss yourself down a flight of stairs?
I was going to say,
I don't think it's that protective.
Jared,
I'd still try it.
I really admire you because this time of year, New Year's, a lot of people are making resolutions to be better. Like they want to go to the gym, eat healthier, get better sleep. But you actually want to get worse. You want you go against the grain so well because you want to fall down more in life. Like you
Yeah.
really, you just want to embrace what it's like to be an 80 or 90-year-old person.
Yeah, dude.
And yeah,
Because I'm gonna be
really,
80 or 90 now, and I want to,
really
you know,
appreciate that
I want
about
to,
you.
I want to like,
Yeah.
I want to get ahead of the,
You're just wrapping your head
ahead
around
of the
it.
curve.
Well, I think I saw this product months and months ago, maybe even a year or more ago, on a cycling channel that I follow, and they were talking about like they talk about silly products.
Oh yeah, okay.
And typically silly means like non-race oriented products. Like
Right.
they kind of take the piss out of like commuter,
the casual
kind of shit.
biker.
Yeah. And this was something, it was like a commuter, like a bike commuter jacket for somebody to wear that when they get in a crash, a bike crash while they're commuting,
They have an
and
airbag.
and it looks like a regular, like a North Face or fucking Patagonia or whatever type jacket. And yeah, like explodes these airbags, all of them. I wonder if the company went, nobody wants to fucking wear this, but old people are actually breaking.
Taylor,
And
how
they-
much
and they
do you
just
think?
and they pivoted.
How
into
much
this.
I
do you
mean, maybe,
think-
maybe, yeah.
Taylor, how much do you think that would have helped you in your cycling accident?
I bet you that would have helped a little,
That probably would have helped.
maybe a lot.
Yeah,
really.
I probably wouldn't have.
It would have displaced the impact to some degree. Maybe you probably still
Yeah.
would have came out with broken bones, but like,
I don't know. I
don't know, man.
got thrown like 30 feet. Yeah, I don't know. I probably.
I feel like it
was-
wouldn't have helped that much.
I think I probably wouldn't have had the cuts and abrasions,
Okay.
but I still would have broken.
what about
the
this though,
bones.
Bri? Watch this video again and just think this man. We've played this name. If you're not watching on YouTube, I've probably played this about 1,600 times already. Watch this video again. And again, just consider this is a man who's probably my dad's age or maybe a little younger. And I'm telling you right now, if my dad threw his body the way this guy does, probably severe like we watch Hall of Meat all the time, like skateboarding videos. Dude, people falling, like he doesn't fake the fall. Like it's a legit, he just commits.
He commits fully.
Yeah,
Like that's
he
a
just
fucking
lays
commit.
out on his,
If
he
you
turns
if
and he just lays out on his back.
yeah, if he didn't have that, like, dude, his head would have been
Dude,
cocked.
you know where they need. You know what they need for. What they need a version of this for is they need like a water permeable one that you can wear in the shower,
Yeah,
because that's where old people.
that's
fall.
where old people fall.
They fall in the
yeah.
fucking
That's
shower.
that's what I hear. Yeah.
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 And not only old people, like fucking young people, like people fucking in the shower.
Yep.
Dude, people fucking
Yeah.
in the shower, all like that is risky.
Yeah, I mean, we put one of those old people grip strips in.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Because oftentimes when you're fucking in the shower, it's
And a handle, several handles actually.
yeah.
The handles, the problem with the handles though is they always break. That's the real problem with the handles. Like
When
the
you
grip
haul on
strips,
'em?
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
handles are a little frail when you're hauling on them.
Yeah. So there you go, folks. My birthday, which has passed by 2 days, if you're listening to this on the release. But if you can telepathically, if you're hearing me right now, send me one of those body bag.
Or if you're hearing it pre-release.
Oh yeah, send it anyway because no one sent it.
Jer, I have a question for you. When you plan these segments, do you think that we're going to spend as much time talking about?
I wrote this down. I wrote this down, and this was like a 3-minute segment. We're already over double that. Well, and here's another segment that I'm sure will go another 45 minutes. Speaking of wanting airbags as gifts for my birthday, I've decided, fuck that. I actually want something completely different for my birthday. So if you're listening to this right now and you want to get me something for my birthday, my 34th birthday, which is a very big deal because I was told I wasn't going to live this long. I didn't think I was going to have many birthdays.
You are for
I'm older than both of fucking you.
Dude, you're like 15. You're like 15. You're like 18% bonus time.
Dude, it's crazy. I'm making complete life gains here, life existing gains. All right, so I actually do want this for my birthday. And
this is turned into a fucking Make-A-Wish episode for Jeremie.
This is
Someone
Jeremie's,
take this man to the mall.
This is Jeremie's Make-A-Wish birthday episode. So for my wish this year, if you don't get me an airbag, I understand, stupid gift, whatever, I get it. However, this one would be much more meaningful because what I've heard recently is that people are looking for jewelry with meaning. In particular, Breastmilk becoming a gem is a huge hit right now in the jewelry market. So
really?
Yes. Mothers are memorializing their breastfeeding experience with stones made from the liquid. Alma Partida knew her breastfeeding journey was coming to a close in June. She had nursed her daughter, Alessa, for nearly 18 months, longer than most mothers in the United States do. And the process had not been easy. First, there was Alessa's birth by emergency cesarean section in February of 2020.
I guess
In the
also her birthday.
Yeah, right. Just hard time.
Yeah. Well,
In the
put
hospital after
1 and 1,
surgery,
you know, plus equals 2.
Miss Partida struggled to breastfeed. Once she and her daughter were discharged.
Mhm.
Sorry, I haven't read since the New Year, guys. Once she and her daughter were discharged, nursing was still challenging. Quote, "It was a really long journey," said Miss Partida, a 29-year-old speech language pathologist out of California.
Relevant.
Now, it was ending. She wanted to find a way to mark it. While scrolling through posts on parenting Facebook groups, Miss Partida came across an unusual but fitting keepsake, a pendant containing a white stone. The main ingredients, breast milk. Here's a photo right here.
Oh, that's
her
beautiful.
Own, her own. You would get it made
That's
from
right.
your own.
She knew she needed to have one. This may be the first time you're hearing of breast milk jewelry.
I mean,
yes, it is.
Me personally, yes.
A niche of the commemorative market, but there's plenty of precedent for trinkets and wearable items containing organic matter. Earrings and brooches fashioned from human hair were popular during the Victorian era. Gross. More recently, synthetic diamonds have been manufactured from cremation ashes. That's kind of cool.
That's interesting.
That's cool.
It's common, too, for parents to save umbilical cords and baby teeth and turn them into cool necklaces where the baby teeth are the pendants.
Cool is a bit. They're using that word a bit loosely there.
I'm gonna, guys. I'm gonna save my child's teeth, and then I'm gonna wear it to a party.
I made that up. Hold on.
I'm okay. Well, I'm gonna do it, and when somebody asks me where I got the teeth, I'm just going to tell it that I got it by wrestling and murdering several children.
No, so I made that. I made the last part about the necklaces, but it does say 2 for parents to save umbilical cords and baby teeth. So that is true.
Cool jewelry.
cool necklace with pendant.
Imagine imagine a puka shell necklace. It's just all baby teeth
made with baby teeth. Oh my god.
Okay, so
really
for her
funny.
own piece, Miss Partida shipped about 10 milliliters of breast milk to a company called Keepsakes by Grace. About a month later, she received a milky white heart-shaped pendant in the mail. Keepsakes by Grace. That does not sound
Keepsakes.
like it is going down this road.
No, it doesn't.
Quote, "It's the last drop," Miss Partida said. "It's the last thing you have to remember the journey." So literally the last drops of her breast milk, she was like, that's it.
Send it away.
You know, Alessa is not drinking anymore. I'm going to send these last drops away. Frieda Rosenfeld, a lactation consultant in Brooklyn, said she understands the impulse to memorialize the experience.
Wait, that's
many
a job?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
lactation consultant.
Well, it's not to consult on whether you should send your breast milk away to get made into jewelry.
She consults on all types of lactation. She's consulting with the cows, with the goats, with the women.
She actually works for the consulting company Milk for You, and she brokers a bunch of
anything that produces
deals.
milk. She consults.
Yeah.
No, a lactate consultant, dude. No, this is something that I'm newly aware of how difficult it can be to like teach
Breastfeed
and get
and,
your
like,
child
latch.
to latch on
Yeah.
and to breastfeed, and how some people don't produce milk, and the things that you can do to try and help make more milk and blah, blah, blah. There's a whole bunch of shit that goes into it. So although I totally agree with you, 6 months ago I would have been like, what the fuck is a lactation consultant?
Yeah.
I'm now newly enlightened due to my impending baby deal.
They help broker the deals for cool jewelry.
Yeah. And they help broker jewelry deals.
So Frieda, the lactation consultant, went on to say, for many people, breastfeeding is an extremely special and important time in their lives. Often when they wean, it's a little sad because it was such a special moment. Sarah Castillo, the owner of Keepsakes by Grace, so it's actually Keepsakes by Sarah, but whatever, said that her clients often purchase pieces from her after they have experienced difficulty nursing. Quote, a lot of my orders come from clients that are either suffering through a hard time or they're weaning and they're not ready yet, said Mrs. Castillo, 25, who lives in Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson.
It is Tucson. Tucson. A lot of it comes from that, almost like a desire to continue, but either they can or they decide it's time to stop. Ms. Castillo started her line in March after seeing similar products on Instagram. She experimented with her own breast milk for months, eventually landing on a method that involved dehydrating the solution to make a powder, then mixing the powder with resin to make a stone. Her pieces typically cost $60 to $150, which is not a bad price. It's pretty good. You know,
I wonder what portion of it of the stone is actually the breast milk. Like, are they putting like they're dehydrating it? Is it just a little bit with the resin, or is it like mostly it's breast milk?
I mean, if what's her name sent 10 milliliters, it's probably 10 milliliters plus the resin.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm just wondering how pure is the gemstone that you're getting.
Brian's all about
I wonder
purity.
if it's like a candy where you can pop it in your mouth and suck on it and like.
Interesting. I mean, I hope
I
not.
don't think so.
You don't think?
It's like,
because breast milk's really healthy, right? Like really.
That would explain a lot, because that's why that picture that you brought up, for anybody not watching on YouTube, the picture that Jared brought up, it was actually one of those rocket necklaces.
Here's another one.
It's one of those
they're very
rocket
nice.
stretchy
Very
necklaces
ring.
that you can chew on and suck on. So that would make a lot of sense.
Guys, it is
actually really nice.
One of the most amazing things that like the through line of like a ton of the shit that we've talked about specifically on Friday episodes is how amazing is it that the fucking internet, dude, if you went back 50 years, anytime really pre-internet, like there just wasn't, if you wanted to do something, like I think objectively, there's people out there that think like, oh, milk in your jewelry, that's fucking crazy.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, look, not to say that we think that, but watch us giggling about it.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think that. I think it is beautiful. It's definitely niche,
guys.
But hold on, Brian. The thing is that the internet, like you couldn't just make a business.
No,
that like. You couldn't build a business, because if you wanted to build a business pre-internet, you had to actually have fucking money.
Can you imagine being a door-to-door like lactate jewelry salesman?
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
The internet allows
Hello,
you
ma'am. Are you looking for a new necklace today? I've got a wonderful necklace. And she's like, wow, these are amazing.
They're
what
all
stems
made
are
from
these?
breast
Well,
milk.
my wife has just been squirting milk out of her titties, and I decided to mix it with resin.
Yeah.
And so wonderful.
So now you can be at home and you can go, I want to do this thing, and have almost zero resources, just an internet access and a cool idea. Yeah. And you can, or a weird idea, or a whatever, or a bad idea.
Oh, I got lots of weird ideas that I've come across on the internet. That people are selling if you want to.
And then you can just start selling it and make money. It's crazy.
You know what's funny? Do you guys ever think about like the guy who invented the person who invented the internet, and what they imagined it could have been, and then the cesspool that it turned into?
He's probably the same guy the thought process is from the same guy that bred the Labradoodle for the first time. Do you know this whole deal?
No.
Guy, the guy that made Labradoodles, he was like, all right, we need guide dogs that are hypoallergenic for people that need a guide dog but are allergic to dogs. So he was like, we'll take the poodle and we'll take the lab and we'll make them fuck. And the lab part is the guide dog. That's the dog that's good to train. We know is great for guide dogs. The poodle will make it hyperallergenic, and we've got this perfect dog for
the best of intentions.
The best of intentions. Then the Labradoodle, and hey, look, I'm fully guilty here, became this like designer dog, and he has come out. He only did this in the 80s. He's come out and said, "I've created an abomination."
Oh, but why?
He just
they're so nice.
He just hates what they've become.
Oh, but
because they've become the basic bitch dog. Where he was like, "That's not." He was like,
"But that's just a cultural thing."
He's just a fucking
that's
big.
Not the dogs.
He's an old fucking contrarian.
Guys,
Fuck him.
how does it
I
feel?
love Donut, and Donut's great. And although he's way too dumb to be a fucking guide dog, he doesn't make me sneeze. So thank you, buddy.
Guys, I'm really curious. How does it feel, Tay, knowing that you bought the designer dog of like the mid 2010s,
Yeah.
and then Jerry, you bought the designer dog of the early 2020s? How does it feel knowing that?
Well, Brian, you bought the designer dog of ever.
All time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the all time designer dog.
Your dog's way more basic than ours. At least
I
our dogs
love
are
my
interesting.
That's actually very true.
Yeah, I know.
That is actually
I don't ever
super
say anything
true.
that's not fucking true or interesting. So back to the story here. Anne-Marie Sharpton.
Oh my God, there's
Sorry.
more.
Oh, there's more. And it gets better. Anne-Marie Sharopim, the founder of Mama's Liquid Love. That is not
By Sarah?
the name.
Companies that can only exist on the internet.
Dude, that's
Mama's
a company. That's a
Liquid
company where
Love?
when you reach out to distributors for packaging and for distributing, and they go, cool, yeah, what's your product? And you go, it's called Mama's Liquid Love. They go, we don't work with those types of companies, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but we cannot be distributing this product.
It's the bank. The bank won't accept the money. The bank.
They couldn't even legally register that company as a business. They actually are they're like a number company on paper.
So she sells pieces priced from $90 to $1,500, and she said she sold nearly 4,000 pieces this year. This year being last year.
Oh, good for her.
People want jewelry with meaning now, she said. She recommends that buyers treat.
It's
Guys,
gotta be
we're
now.
full of beans today. For some parents, jewelry made from breast milk can also be a way to cope with loss. Rebecca Zuick, a software developer student in San Antonio, purchased a ring with a stone made from her breast milk in February 2017, both as a way to celebrate her end of breastfeeding her son, Asher, and to cope with the stillbirth that she experienced in July of 2015. She said, quote, "For me, looking into getting jewelry made out of breast milk, it was a way to kind of hang on to the memory and the legacy of the child that I wasn't able to nurse. Because that was milk that they would have been able to have if they had survived," Ms. Zurich, 31, said.
Oh man, that got
that's very
really real.
Very sweet, yeah. The American Academy of Pediatrics and World Health Organization both recommend for infants to be breastfed for the first 6 months of their lives. However, for many mothers, that is untenable because of work. The United States is one of the few countries in the world with no national paid maternity leave. Jacqueline Wolfe, a professor of the history of medicine at Ohio University and the author of a 2001 book on the decline of breastfeeding in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, noted that, for the most part, the mothers who were able to breastfeed during those early months are those with paid maternity leave or flexible work schedules. Quote, "Most women don't have jobs like that," Dr. Wolf said. "I think that this jewelry is also a little bit symbolic of this injustice." Pretty fucking interesting, you know.
It is very interesting, and
again, like, just to look at it, they are beautiful pieces. Like, this is,
They're really nice.
You know, you could give someone this as like a engagement ring. They wouldn't even know.
Well,
They have no idea.
I mean, the great thing about it is that you know, it doesn't say milk on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can just, you know, I think at the end of the day, it is albeit fringe for sure, like to something that almost nobody or very few people have heard of. I think it's
Okay. Now, all right.
I think it's pretty
all
interesting.
right. Okay. Now, I wrote in here to follow up this with a conversation with you that you and I had a couple of weeks ago that I didn't know about. So I had misunderstood.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
Bri, have you ever heard
Oh
this?
fuck! Is this
Have
the
you ever-
story about Taylor, that ring that you're wearing? Is that the one that you made from your kidney stones?
Yes. This right here. This right here.
Yeah.
This right here. I squeezed that out of my dick.
No.
That is so.
And then
honestly.
it was actually one stone, and I actually
And he
chiseled
forged it himself.
Yeah, and I chiseled it into that ring.
Bri, have you ever heard of Bri, are you familiar with people eating placentas after birth?
Yeah. I saw Collins in his fridge.
Yes.
I
I was
held
with
it,
you.
yeah.
I was with you. We held
Yeah.
it together in a plastic bag.
It
And I was
beautiful.
telling you, Taylor, about this whole thing because, from my understanding, placentas are commonly either eaten as a meal or ground up and put into like capsules or turned into smoothies, whatever like the hip thing is to do with the placenta these days. And the idea behind it is that eating the placenta, ingesting it as a human, is considered like, not only A, safe, but also B, really like healthy and invigorating in some sense, that it's like giving you, well, it's the exact same reason why Joe Biden, feeds off the blood of young children. It gives back, right?
Yeah. The Democratic Party has been all over this for
we know
years.
That. Everyone knows
years
this. That's just common sense. So I had thought that but like, to be serious for a second, I actually thought this whole placenta eating thing was like there's a population of the people that go, because that was inside me and because of what the nature of what that is, that's disgusting, I'll never do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the other side of the coin, which is people that go, well, this is beautiful, and it's also really like, again, nutritious and there's some sort of benefit to it. But Taylor,
I thought I was going to say, I thought there was some type of like actually like science backed evidence where it helps with postpartum depression.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Bri, totally. I'm on page with you there. But Tay, I was saying this because when we saw Colin's placenta in the freezer, I had mentioned that, and Tay was like, actually, like it's actually not safe.
I thought the same. I thought what you thought.
Yeah.
Until I started reading.
Until you and Kyla, so people who don't know, Taylor's pregnant with his wife partner Kyla. Kyla told you that wasn't cool.
Yeah, I think it was Kyla.
So what's the deal there?
Off the top of my head, it was I can't remember. It was like had something to do with bacteria in the placenta that is, health organizations just advise against consuming it. I can't remember exactly what the
is that like.
reason was.
I just pulled it up.
Is that like a
From what I know,
hey,
that the idea that
9 times out of 10 this is safe, but like we just have to say we don't condone eating placenta because it could be unsafe.
From what I understood, and maybe I don't know if I'm about to eat my own words or be vindicated, but right now, but from what I understood was that what we all thought and what you're talking about right now, Bri, is all myth.
Yes.
Okay.
So the Mayo Clinic has a whole article on this, and a little snippet from that article says, while some claim that placentophagy can prevent postpartum depression, reduce postpartum bleeding, improve mood, energy and milk supply, and provide important micronutrients such as iron, there is no evidence that eating the placenta provides health benefits. Placentophagy can be harmful to you and your baby. If you're looking for ways to promote your health postpartum, talk to your healthcare provider about proven alternatives.
That's because I think I would be interested in those studies though, because I feel like they haven't really looked into like the potions that can be made with it.
Right.
Like as any
tinctures,
as any practice witch would know. Yeah. There's many potions that work with blood of goats, of humans, of all these different things. So I would imagine that placenta would be a valuable ingredient and oftentimes hard to come by. So yeah,
especially if you're using it in like a sacrificial sense, like there's a lot. There's a lot to be done there.
I was very much of the thought that it was like that it was either you don't because you think it's gross, or I thought that it was objectively good for you to do, but that you might choose not to because you think it's disgusting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. and that you were sort of, if you chose not to eat it, that you were knowingly foregoing the benefit that you were very aware of. And I don't know where the fuck that came from. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's one of those weird things where you think about it and you go, yeah, I've just heard that like through the zeitgeist.
But there's so much of that. And I know that you
fucking
made fun of me, Bri, for my data-driven dad book that I got. But it really does concern itself with a lot of that shit. A lot of the shit that you hear through the grapevine of just living in the fucking world, and about what, like, how you raise a kid and or how you do things with newborns or whatever the fuck. And it goes, well, here's the 411 on that. It's either and a lot of it's either bullshit that has no evidence backing it whatsoever, and
oh my God,
doesn't even have studies on it, or it has, you know, good studies or bad studies or whatever the fuck.
It seems like it's almost a metaphor for like every, you know, polarizing thing we're going through in this day and age right now.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you're exactly
well,
right.
Here's something that will polarize some people, I'm sure. This is actually, I don't know if you guys have been keeping an eye on Slack, but Slack is for people who are listening. Here's a little bit of background information of how the podcast works.
Mansplain it to them.
Slack is basically a business communications tool that we use to communicate with one another. And
it's also a massive, popular Silicon Valley tech startup.
Yes. So
also, we were talking about using our phones earlier, and we're using this app Instagram to share photos on. It's a photo sharing app.
So in Slack, I is where we post a lot of the stuff that we get for Feel Good Friday episodes, and I posted 2 things from Jeremie Corbell, which is he's a huge like alien. He's a huge fucking alien nerd. And film producer. And one of the things I posted in there, I was like, this is definitely not Sick Boy, but it's like Sick Boy Jason, kind of maybe. But one of the things that I put in there that he actually posted about
Jer will find a way.
I will find a way. But this actually, I don't need to find a way. This is actually crazy. So Jeremie Corbell posted this on his Instagram, but this is coming from CNN. Human brain cells in a dish learn to play Pong faster than AI.
Oh, I read this. I think I read the thing. I think I read that. I think you sent me that, or I read it on Slack.
Yes. So scientists have successfully taught a collection of
hold on, for anybody who doesn't know, Slack is an app where it's a business. Anyway, it's a back-end software.
Scientists have successfully taught a collection of human brain cells in a petri dish how to play the video game Pong, kind of. Researchers at the biotechnology startup Cortical Labs have created, quote, mini brains, consisting of 800,000 to 1 million living human brain cells in a petri dish, New Scientist reports. The cells are placed on top of a microelectrode array that analyzes the neural activity. Quote, we think it's fair to call them cyborg brains, Brett Kagan, chief scientist officer at Cortical Labs and research lead of the project, told New Scientist. To teach the mini brains the game, the team created a simplified version of Pong with no opponent. So basically, it's
a simplified version of Pong.
Well, yeah. So it's like have you ever played tennis against a wall?
A simplified version of
version of tennis.
Simple game.
No. But hear me out here. If you're playing tennis against a wall and you're slamming the ball off the wall, you're still playing tennis. You're just playing wall ball, right? Pong, the simplified version, it's the same thing. So there's no opponent. It's just a solid wall. So the ball is bouncing off the wall, and then, you know, whatever direction that it moves.
Wall is the opponent.
The wall is the opponent, right?
You're playing Brick Breaker on BlackBerry.
Yes, dude.
Brick Breaker. Fuck yeah.
Right? Why didn't you write this fucking article?
I should have, right? You'd think that.
So it's play. We'll replace Pong with Brick Breaker. To teach the mini brains the game, the team created a simplified version. Actually, to teach the mini brains the game, the team made it play Brick Breaker. A signal is sent to either the right or left of the array to indicate where the ball is, and the neurons from the brain cells send signals back to move the paddle. Quote, we often refer to them as living in the Matrix, Keegan told the magazine in a horrifying reference to the 1999 movie, which made humans, in which humans are enslaved by AI overlords in an all-encompassing simulation.
What's the author of this article's name?
Neo.
Yes.
Morpheus.
Yes.
Because I'm just wondering if he just mansplained the Matrix to us in his article.
I love how Brian.
Brian, what's up with it? I know Maddie's living with you right now. What's going on? What's up with all the mansplain shit?
I'm not explaining anything anymore.
Brian's taken a turn where he
Brian's
ascribes
girlfriend has left Quebec and has moved in with him, and now all he can say is mansplain. Is she just telling you to shut the fuck up all the time?
Anything that comes out of a man's mouth that explains anything is just mansplaining.
I have turned into the most ambiguous person ever. I can't elaborate on anything I say anymore. That's all I can tell you.
Oh yeah, no, I get it, dude. I get it. I get it. And let me explain to you, Brian, what's happening here. So when they're in the game, they believe they are the paddle, these fucking brain cells. Well, that's a scary enough concept to cause some existential panic for anyone. Keegan said that while the mini brains can't play the game as well as humans, they do learn faster than some AIs. The Amazon aspect is how quickly it learns. I mean, that probably should say amazing, but it's written Amazon.
Dude,
maybe I did write this
article. Was just sponsored by Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos sponsors articles, and every time
God,
amazing.
guys! I can't believe how much of a shit show our first episode back in 2020.
Honestly, guys, the funniest thing about this article is that it legit sounds like it was written by an AI, and it could honestly be that an AI is but because who would feel the need to?
It was written by
mansplain the Matrix.
It was an MP3 written article. While this is certainly some Amazon Twitch fodder. No, I'm joking. While this is certainly some amazing Twitch fodder, the team at Cortical Labs hope to use their findings to develop sophisticated technology using live biological neurons integrated with traditional silicon computing, which reminds me of some of the stuff. So the reason I put this in here is that it reminds me of some of the stuff that we talked about before we went on break, which were those frog stem cells that were manipulated into the Pac-Man shapes, which then allowed them to reproduce, right? So,
but those made sense. This just sounds like I'm being told things that I don't understand, then I'm being told to think that it's amazing.
But here's why this makes sense, because these are the baby steps, the building blocks for us to use. This is all the building blocks for nanotechnology. Nanotechnology in terms of medical breakthroughs, nanotechnology in terms of, sure, evolutionary breakthroughs. Like it's all. This is all based on nanotech. That's all this is.
But just the essence of it in general, when it's like the brain cells are playing Pong, and you're like, where are they playing Pong? Where's the game taking place?
In a dish.
Yeah, but how do they know that the game is there? How do they know that they're playing?
Okay, so now think about this, Tay. The stepping stones for us to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
which we're both playing right now, was Pong. Like this is the early steps of the evolution of whatever the fuck comes from this. I get that.
We can't even comprehend.
It's like the blockchain. It's like the blockchain and NFTs and Web3, and we can't even comprehend where this is going to be.
This isn't a fucking pump
in 20
and dump
years
scheme right here. Fucking
Bye, Doge.
Jesus Christ, dude! Just pumping.
But the point is that this is the early evolutionary stages of something that will bring us into some sort of revolution of technology that really, like, dum-dums like us have a hard time comprehending yet. But give this 20 years. If we look at what's happening here with the brain cells playing Pong, in 20 years, that same tech or whatever tech is in existence that developed from this will be something that is, I mean, in my mind, probably something that's very bad. something that's like,
could be like Skynet,
horrifyingly bad.
This is why it's really crucial that the author tells us that it's amazing, because if we read this article without them giving us that context that they're telling us that it's amazing, we wouldn't know how to react. We would just be like,
I'd go,
whoa, sounds
interesting. Okay.
Sounds complex.
I get what you're saying, Jared, but I read that and I also then listened to you say it and I went, I don't even understand.
And that's why you're going to get left behind in Web3. Moving along here to something that all of us can understand, how simple it is to trick young children into doing things that they shouldn't do. Alexa tells it. So this happened over the holidays. If anybody has an Alexa, I fucking tried this.
Oh,
Alexa, shut up. Alexa, quiet, please. My God. She's so rude. We gotta whisper. Alexa tells a 10-year-old to touch a live plug with a penny. This happened over the holidays. Are you kidding? Did you hear me?
She's listening.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, shut up.
You know, it's sad if somebody's listening to this on their home speakers and they just heard us say Alexa like 50 times.
Alexa, order 24 vibrators to my house right now. Alexa, don't do that. Okay, so this happened at the holidays. There was a young girl, 10-year-old girl. Alexa had told her to touch a live plug with a penny.
That's not good.
The suggestion came after the girl asked Alexa for a challenge to do. The robotic woman that will speak up if I say her name said, quote, plug in a phone charger about halfway into a wall outlet and then touch a penny to the exposed prongs. The smart speaker said.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Did anyone who heard Alexa say it?
The mother.
Who heard her say it?
So Amazon said it fixed the error as soon as the company became aware of it. The girl's mother, Kristen, described the incident on Twitter. She said, we were doing some physical challenges like lay down and rolling over holding a shoe on your foot from a physical education teacher on YouTube earlier, and there was bad weather outside and she just wanted to do another one. That's when the Echo speaker suggested partaking in the challenge that it had found on the web.
Of course.
The dangerous activity known as the Penny Challenge began circulating on TikTok and other social media websites about a year ago. Metals conduct electricity, and inserting them into live electrical sockets can cause electric shocks, fires, and other damage.
Are you mansplaining how electrocution works right now?
Yo, will you shut the fuck up about this mansplaining thing? I'm going to come over there and give some couples therapy to you, Maddie. So you can
we don't actually need it.
No, I know. And also, I'm not coming over there because the reason you're at home right now, people are wondering why Brian's at home if you're watching this, because he might have COVID.
Yes.
So,
and nobody should ever go near him again.
that's right.
because
You're a
of that.
pariah.
He should be
I don't have-
ostracized.
I don't have the energy for this right now, guys, and I also can't really taste anything.
Quote, I know you can lose fingers, hands, and arms. Michael Cluster, station manager at Carlisle East Fire Station, told the Press newspaper in Yorkshire in 2020. The outcome from this is that someone will get hurt seriously. Fire officials in the U.S. have also spoken out against the so-called challenge. Miss Livdahl tweeted that she intervened yelling, "No, Alexa, no." However, guys, why did they feel the urge to ask the fire department for their opinion on this for this article? Like,
you know why?
Don't you think the fire
Because the
department
fire
has better
department
things
is
to
who
do?
shows up every time a 10-year-old girl takes a fork and goes, I'm going to put, actually, you know what? The 4-year-old girl, because what fucking 10-year-old girl in her right mind would just shove a fork into an outlet?
My dad got my brother and I this learn something about electronics. That's how much I learned from it. But
it was called electronics, mansplained for kids.
And he gave us this board, and you had a bunch of wires, and you would wire them up to like a battery and a light and a fan.
Yeah. I got one of we got one of those for Randy last year.
And my brother and I just took the cords and put them in the outlets in our houses because we found that they would blow the fuses in the basement, which would turn off all the lights. And turning all the lights off in your house was way cooler than turning on a little light.
My favorite thing is how Taylor forgets that we're talking to like tens of thousands of people that don't know us. And he goes, oh yeah, I got that for Randy last year. As if like everyone's supposed to fucking know who Randy is.
Well, no one needs to know who Randy is. They can infer that he's
That is
probably a
just someone
child
you know?
that's in my life. I didn't get it for my.
Wait, you know a child named Randy?
I didn't get it
It's
for my.
2022.
I didn't get it for my 32-year-old friend.
It sounds like it. It
Yo,
sounds
yeah,
like you
because
did.
who knows anyone named Randy who isn't 45 and alcoholic and just eating pizza every day?
Dude, I know Randy is such that name.
Oh, we should come up with a nickname.
Guys, this episode is ridiculous. Yo, so why did I bring up this this thing about the kid putting their hand in the electrical socket? Well, it was a fucking holiday story,
You
and the holidays are
sound
over.
like you're high on mushrooms.
I know, but the reason I put this in there is because during the holidays, after we had ended releasing episodes, we had one final thing to do before we took our holiday break, which was to have a Patreon live show with our patrons, which we stream live exclusively for our patrons once a month. It was an incredible episode with a woman who we will be releasing the episode later down the road because it was so fucking good. But it was with a woman who actually got electrocuted doing this exact not this exact thing. She wasn't doing the penny challenge. But she was doing something that that shocked her in the same way that the penny challenge would shock you.
Yeah.
However, she got shocked by something that wasn't just like plugging your toaster in. She got shocked by something that had voltage that severely fucked her up. And that episode is going to be coming out in a few weeks, but this reminded me of that. And while we were in that conversation with her, one of the things that came up was the notion of getting struck by lightning, which did not happen to her, and did not happen to anyone that I know of, except for, I know one story. My friend Kieran has a story about potentially getting struck by lightning in a lake.
Really?
Yeah. It's a crazy story. You should get her to tell you next time you see
Crazy.
her. But in the conversation that we had in this in this live Patreon stream, which you can only catch on Patreon, which happens once a month. So, they're really cool. And maybe if you're interested, you should check those out. But what came up in that conversation was what happens to the body when you do get struck by lightning. Now, I thought
Crazy.
when one gets struck by lightning, one dies. But according to this article that I found, the odds of getting struck by lightning in any given year are about 1 in 300,000, which also
Oh,
not
more
that
than
bad.
I thought.
Like, yeah, this like those odds aren't bad.
1 in 300,000? That's like.
I-
That means
I
like
would say-
100 people in Canada get struck by it.
Yeah.
Is that right? I don't know if that math is right. It feels right.
No, that's
Yeah.
like 10 people get struck by lightning.
1 in 300,000
Yeah.
gets struck by
Sorry,
lightning
yeah,
No.
you're right, like
in
100
any
people.
given
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, I guess.
I thought it was like 1 in a trillion. Like I thought the odds of getting struck by lightning were like, you might as well be buying the lottery.
Well, I mean, it's.
You have a better odds of getting struck by lightning than
yes.
you do of winning the fucking lottery.
That's right. But I mean, 1 in 300,000. I mean, that's
It's
like.
not
there's like
great
a,
odds.
there's like
They're not. Yeah, sure. They're not great odds, but they're way fucking better than I thought they would be. 1 in
Sure.
300,000. I honestly, I'm not even joking. No hyperbole.
We should have guessed.
I thought it was like we should have. I thought it was like 1 in a trillion. Like I thought it was really, really high. Okay,
But
so
Jared, 1 in a trillion would mean that nobody on Earth would get struck by lightning.
yeah, I know, but how many people do you know that get struck by lightning? Like,
I don't know anybody.
well, I know Kieran, so I guess
but
it would be at least 1 in 7
But
billion.
I don't even know a million people.
Yeah, statistically, you'd have to know at least 300,000 people to know somebody.
Yeah, right.
who has been
Right.
struck by lightning.
So all right. So those are the odds. But out of those odds, although roughly 90% of those struck survive.
Oh, whoa.
That's
I didn't know
that's
that.
wild,
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I would have thought it was like 90% die.
I think it has to
Yeah,
do
me too.
with where you are when you get struck that you tend. I could be
Sure.
totally
I
making
mean,
this shit
no,
up.
that makes total
But
sense.
I think
to
you're
me.
you're grounded.
You're grounded if you're in a car. Like if you're in a car and a car gets struck by lightning, you're fine.
Can you
You're
guys
scared to
explain
shit,
how?
But because
How does being grounded work? Like you have your rubber soles on the ground.
I think it passes through you rather than being contained within you. But fuck,
I'm gonna tap out of this because
I don't know.
Because I don't know.
I don't know
I
either.
don't know.
Well, maybe this will tell us. And roughly about 90% of those struck will survive. The electrical discharge scars some of those people, though, with tattoo-like marks known as the Lichtenberg figure.
This is crazy.
This is really crazy, but that's not all. A lightning bolt can heat the surrounding air to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 5 times hotter than the sun.
You just letting that sink
How
in?
does not everyone die? How is that? Like, if you get guys,
It is a very.
if you get
interesting
struck by lightning, 90% of people struck by lightning survive. Yet the air around you gets 6 times hotter than the sun.
Yeah, but it's probably not like all the air. So I mean, dude,
Or maybe it's
really going
in
into
a like
realms that-
force field around you. Like maybe there's some type of effect. It must be because if there wasn't,
That's how Dragon Ball
effect,
Z worked.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So,
guys,
so there's
listen to
that.
this. Listen to this. How do you ground yourself for lightning? Crouch down in a ball-like position with your head tucked and hands over your ears so that you are down low to minimize contact with the ground. Never shelter under an isolated tree. Have you ever seen the episode of South Park where they're watching the light or the volcano safety video, and they say that the best way to protect yourself from lava is to duck and cover. And it just shows a bunch of people getting covered in lava and their bones flowing down the mountain.
God damn, I love that show.
It's so good. That's what I imagine, crouching down into a ball when lightning's hitting you and it just like shocks you and you just turn into a skeleton. Probably true, right?
So 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And then it can also contain up to 1 billion volts of electricity. Now, I believe our guest that we spoke to, she got shocked with, was it 500 volts?
It was either 300 or 3,000.
Okay.
I think it was something in that range.
So anyway, all that's terrifying to imagine. And when lightning enters your body, it short circuits the small electrical signals that run to the heart, the lungs, and the nervous system. This can lead to a heart attack, seizures, brain injury, spinal cord damage, amnesia, concussions, as we learned. The blistering heat, light, and electricity can also damage your eyes. For example, it can bore holes in your retina and cause cataracts, a clouding of the lenses. Unfortunately for men, lightning can also induce impotence and decrease libido in general. Because what happens is you get shocked, it goes straight to your cock. You get the most engorged boner of your life for
Never goes away.
2 seconds, and then it goes.
Or it never goes away.
Yeah, and all your little sperms are fried. You have fried eggs.
As the lightning moves towards the surface of the body, it can force red blood cells out of your capillaries into your epidermis like a bruise. These lightning strike scars are the earlier mentioned Lichtenberg figures. The insane temperatures can also heat up any metal you're wearing, causing third-degree burns. So nipple rings.
Can I see how that's spelled there, Jared, just so I can correct you on your pronunciation?
Lichtenberg?
Yeah.
No, it's quite correct. Lichtenberg. You could say Lichtenberg.
Probably Lichten. Most likely that.
I doubt it. Or
Depends
rapidly
on-
vaporize the sweat or rain on your skin. Sometimes this steam explosion even blows off people's clothes or shoes, leaving them nearly naked. Now, the whole point of saying all of this,
I saw John's shoes explode off of his feet one time skateboarding.
Yeah, me too.
this is what these scars look like. And this is one of the most fucking radical things I've ever seen. If you're not watching this on YouTube,
Whoa.
dude, look at, I mean, first of all, there's
Looks like-
something very beautiful about
Looks
it.
like a tattoo. This one especially
Yeah.
looks like a tattoo.
There's something beautiful about it. I know that this is like horrifying and so painful, but there's such an odd beauty to the design.
Dude, yeah.
You know what's crazy, guys? Think about how
This one looks ouchy.
how much we are actually just leaves. You know, we're all just
Yeah.
leaves.
Yeah.
This
Sure.
one.
This one looks ouch.
one's
This
very
one,
ouchy.
this one is, there's not a lot of, this one I wouldn't say beauty. This one's more horrifying. It's
This
like,
is
but
a-
this straight burns. Like this guy's burnt up.
This guy's got a bad case.
This one's also kind of cool but creepy. You know, it looks like weird veins
Well, this
or
is
like
this is also
demonic.
this is also a very typical like Google photo. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when you Google
This one's
something, it's
kind
just
of
got
trippy.
really
This is
bad
like
lighting.
this is probably taken like the 1930s. You know,
What we're looking at for people who are just listening is basically these lightning scars, and it looks like the veins you would see in a leaf that sort of spread across the body. I mean, it's your veins.
It also, you know what it also looks like? It looks like if you were to look at a map and look at like a river system in like a like a gorge river system, or like some sort of river system in like a what do you call the like a canyon type river system? It looks like that.
Yeah.
This one reminds me of that commercial, the non-smoking commercial where it's like, he ain't heavy.
No, that makes me too sad.
Is that a brother commercial? Is that a no? I think that's a.
It's two brothers and
It's a
one's
drug.
dying of cancer from smoking cigarettes, and he's sad on the edge of the bed.
So
Oh, it's a cigarette
sad.
commercial? I thought it was a drug
commercial.
Okay,
drug commercial.
this one looks like a really cool branding. Okay, from here it looks cool, but watch this. This is where it looks nasty.
Oh,
You can see like the pussy poo poo on it. Like,
they look
it's
like leaf tattoos.
Cool. And then you're like,
or tree.
oh, not cool.
trees.
And then this is not a person at all. So this is a mini putt green that got struck by lightning, and it even does it to the grass, the green.
So that's interesting. So why does it leave the same? Because
Yeah.
on a human, it seems pretty clear that it's your venous system.
So I think what's happening to the grass is that it's burning the grass in that sort of same striking.
Right.
It looks the same as lightning. The way that lightning streaks down, it's the same look.
Right, I know.
But your veins, but your veins,
veins
it's
also
not.
look
It's
like
not
that.
like, yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is that everything in the world is fractal, and so when you do enough DMT and acid at the same time, you can see that all these things are connected, and this all makes total sense. My birthday's tomorrow. I'm going to be on acid all day tomorrow. I'll report back.
I know
when
you're
find
joking,
out.
but I think you're also very right.
No, I'm not joking.
I know
I'm
you're-
fucking.
I mean,
I'm
but
joking, but also like
not joking.
not joking.
But also aliens exist. Jeremie Corbell is right. Jeremie Corbell, everybody's
You might as well call me Jeremie Corbell from here on out.
believe
Man,
Captain Favor. Believe
You
Captain Favor.
really can't believe anything you hear on this podcast, can you?
I believe this. You guys ready for this week's episode or this week's segment of What the Hell?
That was the best one yet.
Fucking bringing it in hot on 2022.
2022, baby. Oh, yeah, bring it in hot. And here we go. Here's a fucking story that's going to make your dicks shrivel up. All right.
Yummy.
A 45-year-old man in India was found alive after he was declared dead and kept in a morgue freezer for 7 hours.
Oh man, that would be so cold.
That would be awful.
How did he even survive the morgue freezer?
Well, according to the Times of India, Srikesh Kumar was hit by a motorbike in Moradabad in India on November 18th and taken to a hospital in critical condition. Doctors later declared him dead, and he was moved to a freezer the following day. When Kumar's family went to identify his body 7 hours later, his sister-in-law, Madhu Bala, was startled when he went, "No!"
Dude, everyone listening just lost at least 50% of their hearing.
No, it's not that bad. I'm listening in headphones. It wasn't that bad. It was fine.
What it really says is that his sister-in-law Madhu Bala noticed he was moving. So they went and they're like, "You got to identify the body," and he was going, and he went, "Help!"
And he's going, I've been telling them.
He was laying there like this, and she came in, and they're like, "Is this your brother?" And he went, "I'm alive." The emergency medical officer had seen the patient at around 3 a.m. and there was no heartbeat. Dude, that guy was drunk as fuck and just like 3 a.m. fucking toss this bitch in the freezer. He told me they examined the man multiple times.
Oh, you said the doctor was drunk as fuck?
Yeah, dude. The doctor saw him at 3. No, that wasn't in the article. I was just saying. So
No, it wasn't. I thought you were saying at first when you said he was drunk as fuck. I assumed the guy on the motorbike was just like so drunk he was just like whatever and passed out and had like just barely had a heartbeat.
No, the doctor, the medical examiner said, "Look, I looked at this guy multiple times and he had no heartbeat."
Yeah, at 3
At 3 a.m., dude, you are fucking having a snooze, eating a couple snacks. You don't give a fuck. This guy totally didn't fucking look hard enough. Renjendra Kumar, the hospital medical superintendent, told the French press, this is coming from a French article, told the French press. So he was like, look, this guy said he checked him multiple times. Shrikesh was transferred to another medical facility and is still in a coma, but undergoing further treatment. An investigation was opened to determine how doctors declared him dead when he wasn't. There is nothing short of a miracle, Renjendra said. A 20-year-old in Michigan faced a similar situation in 2020 when she was declared dead and taken to a funeral home where staff later found her alive. Dude,
and then she was sold to several science organizations around the country.
Well, I was gonna say, can you imagine running a funeral home, right? Like our homie out in the West who runs Death Ed, Jeremie, right? He's running a funeral home, and he gets a 20-year-old woman declared dead, brought to his funeral home. He takes her down, hypothetically,
this
right?
didn't happen to
Yeah, no,
Jeremie.
this didn't happen. Let's hypothetically, let's say Jeremie takes her down, puts her on the slab, and is like, all right, cool. Like, I got to go fill some paperwork out. I'm going to come back down here and start the whole embalming process. Goes up, does the paperwork, comes back downstairs, and she's just this.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Dude, do you think Jeremie's going to go, oh my God, you're alive. Like, everything is okay. Or do you think he's going to go, like the fucking body came alive? Like, dude, I just watched Haunting on Hill House again for the second time.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, if I came down and saw some body sitting up going, what happened?
Dude, there's no way I could work. I could never.
Jab it in the head and kill it again.
Whoa, hold on. Serious question, guys.
Now,
if that happened, and you fucking like, and you just took the like a knife, because you'd be, you'd have knives.
Yeah,
and then you just went, oh, you and you just fucking.
Wait,
and
why'd you have to do it so many times?
Because you wanted to be sure.
You want to make sure.
Because obviously,
dude, have you ever watched a horror movie? What the fuck's wrong with you?
The other whoever checked at first,
you gotta fucking get the brains, dude.
So then
you can't kill the undead like that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So then you end up killing this person. Now who's at fault? Do you get are you on trial now? For
No, you're not. You're not, because the person was already ruled dead. So there's not even gonna be a trial.
Yeah, dude, it's like it's that movie. Fucking with Jude Law, or fucking what's her name?
Double Jeopardy.
Double Jeopardy, dude. It's Double Jeopardy.
Jude Law. It's not Jude Law. It's
what's her name?
Guys,
Judy.
Something Law or something Jude.
I honestly don't know why we're even talking about this story, because the crazier example of this is when Jesus was put in that cave for like 3 days after he was on a cross, and then he came out and was like, "What's up, everybody? I'm good."
God,
and
I'm so glad.
The funny thing is that
celebrate his birthday recently.
Ashley
Judd.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that you guys hear me say that story and you go, "Yeah, we know that's made up." So it's not really that surprising.
It was actually
for you.
Speaking of old JC, it was his birthday not too long ago, and my birthday was 2 days ago. If you're listening to this right now, so if you want to send me a birthday gift, you can totally do that. I will accept airbags for old folks, or mommy milkers jewelry will be perfect as well.
Yeah. I think he's also got a direct PayPal link on his Instagram. You can just send him money,
or you can just go to my OnlyFans and apply there.
Just support the work that he's doing.
Yeah, folks, this has been really fun. This has been full of beans.
Super
silly Willy.
Oh my God, dude. Are you for real?
I didn't mean to do that. Here, we'll cut that out. All right, folks, that was great. Real silly times had by all. 2022. Look, I'm calling it right here. I'm calling it. COVID is not going anywhere. So buckle up, folks. It's going to be with us all year. And so that's why we're here. We're here to lighten the load, to make things feel a little good on these Fridays. And that's where all this came from. Feel Good Friday came from COVID. Thank you so much, COVID. Do not go anywhere. We need you. This is what's keeping us going.
Mhm.
And if you go away, then these Feel Good Friday episodes will just be fucking. There's no point because we'll all be feeling good on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Yeah.
So it's like
And
fucking
every
fun.
news network would go bankrupt.
That's right. So COVID ain't going anywhere. Here's my prediction for 2022. COVID ain't going anywhere. Bitcoin's going to the moon, and
Jesus Christ, dude.
VR porn. That's it.
Just VR porn.
This is VR porn.
just that it exists, or that it's good, or
We'll just leave it at that. VR porn.
just you got your Oculus, so you've obviously been dipping your toes
Checking
in.
things out.
You've been checking out the scene, seeing what's good.
Folks, thank you so much for listening. We really enjoy. We enjoy this. We do
Sorry,
enjoy
can I
doing
borrow
this.
your Oculus?
Yeah, totally.
Great.
Wait, no. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We love you all. If you want to support the podcast, you can do that in a number of different ways. You can leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, which is huge. But also, guess what? Now that's the new year, another thing you can do is you can leave a rating on Spotify. So if you are listening on Spotify right now, I mean, while it's playing, you can just go to the Sick Boy page and leave a 5-star review or 5-star rating. So do that. Just do that right now. We would love to see that come up over the next few days. And if you want to watch the episodes, you can always watch them over on YouTube. That's Sick Boy on YouTube. Hit subscribe and hit the bell icon so you know when videos are coming up. All of that stuff really helps to keep the show going. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And of course, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we're coming at you with new content.
And content. Everybody, maximization of content, synchronicity, synergy. I think that maybe a good way to go for a call for some letters from our fandom would be what are your predictions for 2022 in the health world? Is what's gonna go down with COVID? What kind of interesting things would you like to see in the world of healthcare, gadgetry, crazy shit? What's something that nobody's thinking about that you are? That might happen in 2022. Let us know. letters@sickboypodcast.com. And if you want to be a guest on our show in 2022, then go to sickboypodcast.com/contact and fill out the guest form.
Guys, I got a piece of good bonus content for you if you stuck around to this part of the podcast. I want to tell you a quick story. I was just in Quebec for the holidays, and Maddie's dad got me a Christmas present.
Same.
This is good. Just wait, watch this.
Quicker.
So on Christmas, Maddie's dad gave me a present. He wrapped this little box.
Mansplain this to us faster.
And in the summer, I was at her cottage and I was drinking some beers the night before. Was pretty hungover in the morning, so I went to McDonald's for breakfast, and I ordered an apple pie with my sausage and egg McMuffin, and they gave me 2 apple pies.
Wow.
And so I ate one and I brought one back for her dad, and he didn't want it. So when I was leaving the cottage, I took the apple pie and I put it on the roof of his car and I just left it there. And anyway, he told me that I was a fucker for leaving it on the roof of his car. He wrapped that apple pie and gave it to me for Christmas 5 months later. And it's the exact same apple pie that was sitting in his car for 5 months.
My God, dude. What condition is it in?
Dude, it probably looks
It looks perfectly exactly the same.
Of
And
course
I
it does.
guarantee you I could eat it right now and it would be totally fine.
Eat it right now.
I'm
No,
not
no,
gonna-
Brian.
I'm
No,
not-
Brian. No. This is the bonus. You got to eat it right now.
No, I'm going to
Dude,
save
you got to
it.
take you got to take a bite of this.
I'm going to eat it on Patreon.
Okay. That's tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, I'll eat it on Patreon.
You know
That's
what?
fine.
You know what I think that
It
the
is
craziest,
tomorrow
the
because tomorrow's my
craziest thing
birthday.
about
We ain't
this,
doing that shit on my birthday.
No, next week.
craziest-
But if people sign up now, they'll get to see it.
the
So,
craziest thing
anyway.
about that whole story that I don't get from my perspective, and I know you guys think that I'm a cold-blooded sociopath, is that
Why her dad didn't poison it?
no, why he kept it when he got an extra one and he passed it along to somebody else. Like that doesn't even make sense to my brain.
That he
Like,
thought about somebody else?
That you did. That you
Oh,
got an
that-
extra one and you, instead of eating it,
instead of
you like
eating it when
held
you say
onto
you didn't
it.
want it, but you were like, I'm gonna
Oh.
keep it and give it to him. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I get the prank part where it's like, oh, you didn't want it? Well, fuck you. I'm gonna give it to you because you got like, if you don't take it off of your car, you're just gonna end up on the ground and you're gonna be a litterer. Like, I get that.
Anyway, thanks to everybody who makes this show happen. Thanks to Jeff Lonis, our manager, to Rich O'Coin for the theme music, and everybody else who helps out other days during the week. Donovan the Meerkat Morgan, take part for the theme music on Mondays and Wednesdays. We love you guys all.
And thanks, Mom, for having me. Big shout out to my mom. It's my birthday tomorrow while recording this.
Jared, happy early birthday.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks a lot, guys. All right. That's it for this week, folks.
I'm Brian.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Jeremie, and this is Sick Boy.